Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you alright?
Just shaking off some sleep.
Commander Shepard? I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
Slow down, Specialist Trainer. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Why don't you tell me about the retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Trainer has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Oh wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCom.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
You can count on it, sir.
It's not just me, it's everyone back on Earth. Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces have to hold out until we deal with the enemy.
I understand, Admiral.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 3. When we last left off, well, Hackett kind of summed it up pretty well for us there. We were sitting there chatting with, we went to the Citadel, chatted with the Alliance, met some people, really made no progress except being pointed in a direction that might help us out. Hopefully, one can only hope. And yeah, so with that said, we're back here on the Normandy after a less than good night of sleep. And, well, let's take a look at a few things. First of all, war assets. This is the war terminal. Yeah, there we go. War assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. Basically, once you get to the end of the game, the value of their effective military strength will basically tell you, what options are available when it comes to the ending. We'll, of course, talk about that when we get there. But yeah, you basically have the total amount for your assets, and then your readiness rating, which is increased by either playing a little... I almost feel like it's not worth it to call it a game. But a little thing was originally a phone app. I think now it's through the site. I don't remember. Or by playing multiplayer. And of course, as you do different things, you get different assets. For example, Cerberus escapees. So yeah, they've got ex-Cerberus people, and we've got Alliance, which has, engineers, 103rd Marine Division, Alliance First Fleet, the 3rd Fleet, 5th Fleet, and ours. Oh, I'm sorry, she's worth 5 war assets. So much. The SR-2, which the value of it, well, actually, that's one of the things with the war assets. As you make choices both prior to and leading into the game, it will affect the war assets. For example, the Normandy, if you did the upgrades or if you did like the shielding, armor plating, and the weapon upgrades, it will be worth more points than if you didn't do that. However, the big thing that will be helping us out here, and why I'm pretty much not worried about war assets, N7 Special Ops Team. This ties directly into the multiplayer. Basically, in the multiplayer, as you play missions, of course, you get experience points, and it levels up your characters that you're using, or more aptly, it levels up the class. So, like, Vanguards all level up at the same time, Soldiers all level up at the same time. You play a mission with an engineer, all the experience you get is applied to all of your engineers. When you hit level 20, you're given the option to, I think it's called promote is the term of it, but basically you reset that class back to level 1, but you get war assets. I really enjoyed the multiplayer quite a bit, as you can tell. 2,250 war assets here from just promoting classes, and yeah, considering it takes quite a few matches to get a class up to level 20, that's a lot. So, we really don't need to worry about the war assets that much. That's why we're not really going to be playing a lot of these search and rescue side missions, because they're boring and dull, and yeah. So with that said, though, let's get out of the war room here and take a look at the rest of the ship, as Traynor did a pretty decent job kind of showing us the stuff here, but all the model ships we bought are located all around the ship, so we can go find them. There's this little meeting room. It doesn't get a lot of use, in all honesty. We have this.
I can't believe the council won't help. Come on, Sarah. If Thessia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, you can be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
You got a point. Little checkpoint before getting into the war room. The CIC here.
The Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
We'll go take a look into that. By the way, this is Specialist Traynor. Let's talk about her. Let's talk to her, and she's a little less nervous and pre-scripted.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. You're not alone here.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
Carry on, Specialist.
That is an expensive toothbrush, I think. Like I said, in my mind, I'm trying to think, okay, but see, 6,000 credits. Are credits like dollars or like yen? You know, where it's like, how does that convert? Unfortunately, the only thing we really have to go by is, well, then again, pardon me, I need to do a quick bit of research. While we do that, let's look at the email terminal. It occurred to me, there is a reasonable way that we can do this. To get a rough idea of the economy. Okay, and so we have here Tactical Mastery. That's basically you watch little videos that explain stuff about how combat works, little details. There's actually an achievement if you watch all of them. I think I already have it. I know I have it on 360 because I was playing at that time. I was kind of an achievement whore. And we have our email terminal, which, holy crap, we've got a lot of email to go through. There we go. Alright. So yeah, Special Ops. That's basically explaining, okay, that's basically the thing Traynor was talking about, which are little side missions that basically give you a tour of the different multiplayer maps, at least that the game shipped with. Obviously, more maps were added, and those aren't included. Let's see. Oh yeah, and that basically reinstates that we are part of the Alliance again. Let's see. Let's see, all Alliance personnel direct to evacuate the Sol system. You basically the Reapers are attacking, run! Oh, yeah, because they have the special edition or whatever here. We get KEI-9, which is basically a robotic dog you can interact with that walks around a very small portion of the ship. I'm also trying to find something here really quickly. Okay. I will have to take a look into this a bit later on that. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then we got the Reckoner Knight armor, because I've played Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I played the demo. It's pretty fun. The N7 weaponry, because we had the special edition, we got that. Special sniper rifle we got in the DLC. News alert about the Quarian fleet. Basically wondering where they are. And yeah, basically no one knows where the Quarians are. And the N7 Special Ops team, which is basically explaining the whole multiplayer war asset there. I know, I like Joker's idea. Dancers are cool. But yeah, special edition, we get a special non-armor piece of thing. And upgrades. If we go talk to Liara, we'll talk about that more, but there are different upgrade options you can get. And then a heads up on another mission, which we're going to be ignoring for the moment. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up what exactly the cost of Fornax was back on, what was it, Omega, where you could buy that in the second game. So you can kind of figure the idea of a porno magazine, what would be the comparative cost, what is a credit kind of equivalent to price-wise. So, Joker, you're flying again, that's cool.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They've spent years denying the threat. You think they'd be prepared now?
I was kind of hoping that maybe they were planning in secret and just not telling you about it because, you know, Cerberus. Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them, you know, for old time's sake.
Hey, we never hung up on the Council. I think. Did we hang up on the Council? We might have at some point. I honestly don't remember we hung up on the Council back in the first game. It's a very common thing you can do, and lots of people like to do it for obvious reasons, but I don't think we did that. Could be wrong, though. Alright, so let's go take a look, starting at the bottom at the shuttle bay. Okay, so this is the shuttle bay. There's our shuttle that we go to places with. And all the way down there is our little pet doggy. Or robot doggy, as the case may be. Which
Good dog.
we really can't do anything with. It is like the most useless thing ever. And you have over here James, who we can talk to. See how he's doing.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal. Unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yep. We're going to rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You come down here for something? Or are you just looking?
I did just come to chat, but I might stay for the show.
Have to work harder than that if you want me to blush. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Yes, I can, Lieutenant.
You pulling rank on me, boss? We're just soldiers down here, no?
Sure. But this soldier will clean the floor with you if you step out of line.
Ha! You sound like my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
I do.
You a shrink too?
No, but that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So, maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war!
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey. Thanks for the dance, Lola.
Lola, huh?
You kinda look like a Lola.
You're cute. So I'll let you get away with it. For now.
That's it. Now you made me blush.
Whatever animator was supposed to animate that judo flip, they did not do their job well. There was no sense of impact on that. Like, literally none. Also, another one of our model ships. Yay for that. Also down here is, well, you can see like a lot of decorative stuff. We have a weapon bench where we can modify, or we can add mods and all that to our weapons. That's cool. Weapon upgrades, where we can spend money to upgrade our weapons. Very useful. procurement interface, which we can use to buy stuff. Though you'll notice it is more expensive buying it here than if we actually go to the stores and buy it. But there are some good things to buy. We might have to head back to the Citadel and pick some stuff up here in a moment. There's him. We'll talk to him in a moment. And our armor locker. What I was looking for. Because we can change our casual outfit. That's what you get for having the special edition. That's just fancy looking. I think for the moment we'll slum it out. It looks appropriate. And you have, of course, armor sets, which have different things. This one is all about melee and weapons. That's the Kingdoms of Amalur thing. And the Cerberus Ajax armor, which is one of the DLC packs. I really didn't like this armor, but it was, you know, in there with the weapons, and you couldn't buy the stuff a la carte. Yeah, basically it's weapon-based. Again, not my favorite thing. Helmets, we have the N7 Breather Helm, which, yeah, there we go. Show info, that's what I'm looking for. Gives us a bonus to health. And then there's a fully closed and the fully open. We're not going to have a helmet for a moment. The N7 chest plate, which is health plus 10%. Or we have the Casa Fabrication here, we picked up on Mars, which gives us a bonus to shield regen. The N7 shoulders, we don't have any other options there. That's health plus 10%. Arms, you're noticing a theme with the N7 stuff, by the way. But yeah. Or we have Arake Technologies, which first of all, you asked me, it looks cooler. Second of all, bonus to melee damage. I spend a lot of time punching things in the face, so that's important to me. And oh, that's basically how shiny do you like your armor? Super shiny? Oh, I can't tell which is which, honestly. Pattern. There we go. I can't remember what my armor looked like in the second game there. Crud. And then, lights. You have lights on the back of your armor for some reason. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I think I got the color job wrong. I'm gonna have to go review the footage and we'll come back and fix the color later. But so there's that. And there's this guy, Lieutenant Cortez. What's you up to?
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Good work, Lieutenant. What have you got?
Dios! Straight to business without even a hello? You two need to chill out.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So, you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. With my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, Commander.
So yeah, he's on the crew. That's a thing. Anyway, after that we'll head up to engineering, which I think is where most of our model ships are at. And well, we have, oh yeah, she's out here. We might as well talk to her. We set up our own little bed and everything in here. I wonder where all those pictures come from.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Your story is Cerberus. They're a clear and present danger to everything we try to do. Alien audiences will hate them.
So they're traitors to Earth and the galaxy. I wouldn't have to torque it much. And you do have an inside track on Cerberus. Alright, you feed me your info, and I'll keep biting.
Yay. Alright, so she's in there. And we have what was formerly Jack's little hidey hole, which literally has nothing down here now, if I remember correctly, except a ship, another model ship, and there you are! Our hamster! Get the fuck back here. There we go. Okay, and another ship. Yeah, a lot of stuff to come down here for. But once you've gotten that stuff, assuming you had space hamsters and model ships to have brought with you, well, yeah. And there's our drive core, like it always is. Also, Engineer Adams. Was he the one that was on the original Normandy?
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
So, that is the same guy that was the engineer on the original Normandy, so that's cool. And look, we can see down there. I mean, you can do that in the original game, or in Mass Effect 2 as well, but now there's stuff to look at there, and you can actually go down there. Yay. Alright, so next is the crew deck. Crew deck, we have this. The wall of, or the memorial wall, which basically lists everybody who's died. So, for example, you have, like, Jenkins there, Ashley, any other names? Okay, Presley, that's a name. Yeah, that was the kind of xenophobic guy. And this is a bathroom. I think this game actually prevents you from going into the opposite sex bathroom. Yeah. So if you're playing a male Shepard, you can go in there, but not the one we just went in. Makes no difference either way, but yeah. We have the starboard observation. Pretty, I guess. I think as you get more squad mates, someone just chills out there. And port observation. Where you can get drinks. I don't even know what that is. The poker table, and yet you cannot play poker. Or, well, some kind of table. Poker's the first thing that comes to mind for me, I don't know why. And... oh. You can press that button and close the windows. Maybe it's later you can do that, I don't know. We have life support here. Where one of our ships is. If I can pick it up, there we go. And that's about it. There's over here Just kind of general, you know, bunks and all that for people. No one really to talk to in here. Nothing to do. Actually, no, we'll head this way first. And we have here the med bay, where you have Dr. Chakwas, the AI core, which currently has that nasty robot just chilling out napping, or dead. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. And then you have this, where you can spend money, first time is free, to reset your powers or any other squad mates. We're not going to worry about that. Oh, and then you can change your bonus power, once again for a certain amount of money. Not going to worry about that. So what's up, Dr. Chakwas?
Commander? Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old medbay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
Guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Your system is still detecting the implants as foreign bodies. There's no health risk, but your scars are having trouble healing. I recommend reducing stress levels. Be compassionate.
Given everything I've got, Doc.
I'm just saying, a little more optimism and a little less realism could help, Commander. Anyway, it's just a cosmetic issue. Nothing to worry about. That's it. You're the picture of health.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
So yeah, that's just basically the discussion of if you are more Paragon than Renegade, you'll start getting scars that have the sharp cybernetics showing through. Your eyes will start glowing red, fun stuff like that. What do those buttons do? I don't think you can actually do anything with them, but there are buttons, so you can press them. Pressing buttons. Eee. And well, we have this here. I probably should have read the sign before we open the door. Oh well, I'll look at it in a moment. I think there's a model ship hiding somewhere in here. And I was completely wrong. Well, yay for that. We came in here for nothing. Alright, cool. So, let that door close. And you are main battery. Okay, cool. And then, last but not least, kind of the most important thing down here.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
So yeah.
The council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
So yeah, there's a couple things here. You have
This
Shadow Broker terminal.
contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
There you go, Glyph explained it. Basically a second email terminal. And yeah. You can read through the Prothean notes what Liara was finding out on Mars. Oh yeah, and Farron, the guy we rescued the whole DLC with Shadow Broker and Liara in the last game. And we have the research terminal, or the intel terminal. But yeah, that basically will tell you all the upgrades you have, and then as you find things, you can research and look into them. And they'll give you different options. For example, you can get bonus to shields or bonus to ammo capacity on this one. We're gonna go with shields. Alright, so yay, now we get a shields +5, and that's it. Alright, what do you want to talk about, Liara?
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
We can figure out what it does later. Our priority is getting it built.
Just give me some warning before you flip the switch. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
There's still a lot of people alive down there. I have to remember that.
You will. It's the war we warned everyone about for years. And if I know you, Shepard, you'll make them proud.
Alright. Oh, that's the doors this way. By the way, the monitors do in fact follow you. Or default to the door entrance sometimes. I'm not really sure what triggers that.
Please, enjoy your day.
So, other than a quick view of Captain's cabin, we're done wandering around and exploring the Normandy, talking to people. And well, it's been about 40 minutes since we started recording. Hey, your little hamster friend back. You still shy? Yep, still shy. Okay. We have our private terminal. And we're still missing some ships, I think. Actually, wait, no. We didn't have a second wall, if I remember correctly. I really don't remember, actually. We have stuff. We have another armor terminal in case we didn't want to go down to the bowels of the ship to upgrade and monitor that. And yeah, pretty much Captain's quarters is still the same as it was before. We even got a toilet. And a mirror. Not that those are really useful or worth mentioning, but they're things. So yeah. Let's go ahead and head down to here. And I think we'll take on a, well, next time, go take on a mission. Like I said, it's been 40 minutes we've been sitting here wandering around the Normandy, seeing cutscenes, stuff like that. So, I think we're going to call it a day. Tune in next time, where we go on a mission. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next, so you'll see then. Anyway, until then, as always, later folks.